Hi, Easy.
What up with you?
Okay, so give me your do's and your don'ts of Bobby Brown Part 2, first of all.
Do's and don'ts. First thing I learned, we discussed this briefly. Bobby wasn't a big fan of prophylactics.
No.
Everybody
Bobby
he
had
fools with.
kids with everybody. Only person he didn't have kids with was Janet.
Janet had a new ring in the 80s before.
but no, Janet had a full Marina. She's not playing with
Right,
you.
they tested that technology out on her.
Or she took her ovaries out and it was like,
Really?
she was ready to have kids. Okay, we'll put them back.
They was in Michael Jackson's refrigerator for years. They just now pulled them out and thawed them.
Right. I didn't know that Bobby had that many kids. Like, I really thought that he had Bobby Jr. and I knew he had Bobby Christina. But other than that, I don't remember any more kids.
I remember the skit they did on Living Color about him having them kids. So that's the only thing that made me know that he had a lot. If it wasn't for that Living Color skit, remember when he had all them babies? Look that up.
Right.
Living Color did a perfect skit.
Oh, it ain't right.
And he had 1 million kids in that. That's the only reason why I knew. But now what I didn't know that upset me was really how Sissy, the mama, Whitney's mama Sissy, I almost messed her name up. I knew they snooty, they Baldwin Hills, and that's kind of snooty, like black rich LA. But come on, man, he was Bobby Brown. Like,
it don't matter.
Ain't like he was MC Hammer.
It
It's
don't
Bobby, he's the
matter.
king
They
of
didn't
R&B,
care.
platinum.
They don't have to care.
Like, I'm rich too.
My daughter's Whitney Houston.
But I'm rich too.
My daughter's Whitney Houston. Do you hear how like that's going together?
Man.
Especially if you think of it that way. But for them to just be like, oh, you got to go out of the funeral because your entourage. This ain't my entourage. This is my family.
When he said, well, we're going to have to remove you, I'm like, well, I hope you stretched out your back because I'm pretty heavy because you're going to have to lift my big ass up out of this church in front of Jesus and everybody. In front of the usher boy, Jesus, and everybody.
Then you going to make a scene there.
Then you're going to need some pallbearers to carry me out because I'm going to go limp. The pallbearers going to have 2 jobs. And I would have went limp and you're going to have to pick us all up because I wouldn't have went nowhere.
I'm not, and then my family is not going nowhere either.
And if you touch me with my kids, I'm gonna lose.
Definitely will.
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna turn into a werewolf right here in this church.
But to even watch him have to go through everything with Bobby Christina.
Yes.
And he named a person of interest, and I think that he's actually still a person of interest with that whole thing. That's crazy how they were found the same exact.
We can't get towed up. We can't take baths no more. And watching all the little crime, murder investigation shows that we all watch, how come what's his name, Nick?
Yes.
Why ain't he suspect number 1? How come ain't nobody got him?
I would have loved for him to be in the movie.
Right. What does he look like?
Right. But I remember he is the little light skin. He had a little short fro. That little look. That little curly
activator fro.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust those light skin dudes.
Did you say it's hard to trust them?
Yeah, they like OGs that comb their hair back. Once we start combing our hair back, I just start
we can't trust them either.
Yeah.
We definitely can't trust them. But just to watch that whole process and then him trying to figure out how to love again with old girl.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. As a brother, man, Bobby was a romantic, man. And people don't put a lot of value in that, but hey, I'm 37. Bobby just was a lover. He really was a lover. He didn't want. He had his times. In part 1, you see him in the trailer doing his thing.
Yeah.
But really, when he picked the chick, he fell for them, and that's admirable.
He fell for him so much, gave him kids. Yes.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna talk. We already talked about that, but I'm just saying that's how much he fell. But then again, you know what? Even in part 1, we didn't even get to talk about part 1. He was in love with Janet.
Right.
He loved that girl. Like
yesterday, I posed a question on my social media. How do you think his life would have fared if he would have went with Janet, married her? That would have worked out. And most of the responses I got was it wouldn't have worked because Joe would have blocked it. Or they both had drama, it would be messy too. But one thing I give Janet credit from, it's a cocaine-free environment.
Yeah.
It's amazing things you can do when it's a cocaine-free environment.
Yeah.
I think without the drugs being there, because I was, even as a child, when I seen that him and Whitney got together, I was waiting for a collabo. When are they going to do an album? When are they going to do one? You mean tell me not one song and all them years together, y'all can't do one song?
Bobby and Whitney did do a song together.
What was the song?
I'm going to look it up.
Exactly. I don't even remember the song. What was the song? Was it a good song? Was it a Christmas song?
It wasn't a Christmas song. It was like a song that they did together. I promise you. They ain't do no Jay-Z and Beyonce and put albums together and stuff.
That's my point. They should have been the original Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But you got to think back then, their careers were separate for a reason. No, you stay Bobby Brown. I'm gonna say Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it's because they had mammies in the way. That's what the difference. Sissy is not as cool as Miss Knowles. If Miss Knowles, who I met and she's very charming, shout out to that's my friend. I met her on 30 on the red carpet. Boom, man, her husband. If Sissy Houston was as cool as Tina Knowles, it could have happened. That's what they didn't have. You didn't have somebody's mammy saying, no, this is Beyonce. You're not going to ruin my daughter's image with your rapping. No, they looked at Jay-Z like he's a millionaire too, doing big things, and they're respecting him.
Well, that's not how they looked at it back then.
Bobby didn't get that type, and he should have.
They knew that Bobby was the bad boy of R&B.
Man, that's image. That's showbiz.
That is real life.
I know, but at the same time, what did he do that was so bad other than have sex with women? If that's bad, then all of Hollywood's bad. If that's bad, Louisville's bad. It's core DJs and Allegiance people that are bad. If that's bad, then to forget the whole thing, turn his camera off, rip his poster down.
We are going in. No, I just, okay.
That's wrong. I don't want to be right.
But in the movie, it looked like Whitney came on the Bobby.
Exactly. Whitney came on the Bobby. So, like, we learned what we already knew. Whitney wasn't as innocent as her mother wanted the world to see.
No, because in her Lifetime movie, they painted her out to be the princess. She wasn't as good. But, okay, so here's my thing about the timelines as well. With the timelines, I like how Bobby did it. Because in Whitney's movie, it looked like Whitney introduced Bobby to drugs. Now, but in Bobby's movie, Bobby had already knew about him. He had already been using. He met Whitney and was like, I didn't know you did this type of thing.
Right. We learned in the New Edition movie that once he broke up with the group, he went to the streets. Remember, he was back at home and he was getting packs together, but he was a drug dealer, not a drug user. It's two different things. Yeah. He was making packs and getting stuff together. He was always smoking weed, but you didn't see him using. With Whitney, and when you get your millions and her millions, it seems like it's unlimited supply of money. Yeah. So it's caution to the wind. He was sniffing powder. He was crumbling up and making things. He was putting in his cereal. He was eating it.
He was doing everything with it.
I think she was using cocaine for baby powder. Now you put it on your chest. Whitney was like dabbing it on her.
Shut
up on her boobs.
Shut up. So overall, what biopic do you think is next? Who you think is next? Because you petty. Because you petty. You see how petty you are.
I'm sorry. That was for me. That wasn't for you guys. That was for me. That was hilarious.
Forget you. Just started using baby powder. You ain't shit. I swear you ain't shit. But what biopic is next? Who's next?
Okay, who's next?
We got New Edition. We done seen. I feel like Spike needs to go back and redo Whitney, but that's later on.
I would love R. Kelly.
Ooh.
R. Kelly biopic.
Oh,
and the reason why I say R. Kelly, biopics are the best when it combines with the celebrity who's the focus of the story collides with another artist's story. And you know, if you get R. Kelly, you're gonna get some Aaliyah. Who's no longer with us, and that just makes the whole thing vivid. It's gonna take us back to the '90s. So I'll say the R. Kelly biopic should be next, especially after what we just learned about when he did that 19-minute song. I think it prompted a perfect interest into like, dang, because I didn't know that he had got molested as a child and all that stuff, and it's like that's something I would like to see. So that's my vote.
So R. Kelly's next. This is what we're gonna go for. So BET, I know you watching. Let R. Kelly be next. And we want BET to do it. I don't want no other network to do it.
We want to keep BET doing it, not Lifetime.
No.
Okay.
And that needs to be at least 3 series.
Okay, here's another.
That's going to have to be a 3 series.
If R. Kelly's my number one, do you got one? Who would be a good number 2? Jay-Z, Beyonce, or what?
No, they're not old enough yet. Jay-Z and Beyonce's not old enough.
Jay-Z's old enough.
No, they're not old enough for no biopic yet.
Jay-Z's old enough to have an Old and New Testament. Yes, he is.
They have not. They ain't together been through enough. No.
You can do a Jay-Z before Beyonce with all the Reasonable Doubt, Dame Dash, Biggie stuff. You can do Jay-Z after. You can do a bald-headed Jay-Z time frame. You can do the curly big lip.
I think that I would, if I had to go with somebody else, I would do Janet. I would love to know what happened behind the scenes with Janet Jackson. I would love to. I would do that one before I did Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think Jay-Z and Beyonce maybe 10 years from now.
I want to wait that long.
Yes,
come on now.
That's
way too long.
They just not yet. Not yet. Like I said, they only been through one cheating scandal, maybe 2.
Okay.
That's it.
Maybe Aaliyah.
Yes,
going back to R. Kelly. It's always I think
A
biopics
follow-up.
are better when somebody's no longer with us. Like Whitney not being alive amplifies it because you gotta dig up her history.
Can
So
we go
Aaliyah
to my
not being
favorite part
alive.
of the? Wait a minute, we gotta go back to my favorite part of the Bobby Brown. When she walked up the steps, it was like, "You breathing?"
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
I said, "Ah,
I tell you what,
you breathing? You alright? Get out."
neither one of us gave. Who's the actress who played Whitney? I think she did a hell of a job. I think the Whitney did better than Bobby, honestly. To me, she had her tones and her
When she did the song and she was moving,
yeah,
yes!
and her hands.
Yeah.
And like, first of all, that's my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my mother-in-law.
But why you
I
got
love
those
her.
shade at the funeral? I didn't tell you to throw no shade.
Right, and no one asked you to do all that.
Sus, you had one job. Get up here and sing a song, say some words, and just go back to that funeral.
I swear.
They sent you all you had to do.
That's all you had to
I
do.
didn't tell you to do nothing else more.
I think she did an amazing job, and she really had her mannerisms and tone, like speaking voice.
Yeah.
And how quick she would say certain things, like when they showed them, I love the scenes when they showed them doing their reality TV show.
Yes.
And had a camera, they all joking and playing, because I wasn't their hip, so I wasn't a big fan back then. But then, when I go back and see it, it was identical. She nailed it. So I think the actress, I'm sorry for not knowing her name offhand.
But a couple of those people that were
Amazing
in the
job.
biopic were from Cincinnati, so they're not far from here. I think maybe 3 of them were actually from Cincinnati, so they're not far. So major shout out to them.
Absolutely.
But I can't give up on Bobby's character though, because Bobby's character was also in New Edition. Matter of fact, he had everybody that played in the New Edition movie was in this movie. That's another part that I like.
It just took you all the way. Man, it was a great job.
Yeah.
It takes me back to the understanding. What do you think about this? I said this on air yesterday on my show. I credit Bobby Jackson. Damn, I missed it. That would be a hell of a person right there. Bobby Jackson? When did he come out? Nah.
Bobby Jackson.
Well, I credit Bobby Brown and Marvin Gaye before him and R. Kelly after him for making the average looking, dark-skinned brother can be a sex symbol. Think about it. Before those 3 dudes, you had to have some pretty eyes, pretty hair, or you gotta have a voice that was outrageous. Now, I'm not saying none of them guys have a great voice. They don't have that vocalist going runs voices. These guys are swag. These guys are about their words and their performance. They made it so the average brother, Bobby Brown looks like somebody's brother. He like your cousin. Everybody got a cousin. that look like Bobby
Everybody
Brown.
got one little brother, I believe it. Yeah.
Everybody got a
You
cousin.
right. I can agree with that.
Right. Like if you're a policeman and you hear about an African American robbing store and fitting the description, you think of Bobby Brown. That's just the average brother that looks like Bobby Brown running around. The average
I
basketball
want to
player.
tell you that you real petty for that. You real petty
He
for
fits
that
the description. He is the average inner city young black. That's why I see Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Like, especially you go back to New Edition days and all that stuff. I cheer for him and I liked him because everybody can be cute. If Bobby Brown's cute, I'm cute. That's how I feel.
Well, if
Bobby Brown's cute, then
It's
I'm
okay.
cute. And there's a cute guy inside of you.
You know what? That was it. That's what we ended it on. You know what? Just so I can have that sound bit. That's what we're ending it on. Thank you for coming in here. Y'all gonna see a whole lot more of me and Easy in our debates.
Absolutely. They ain't even debates. We just real talking and we give honest reactions to the crazy ish that we seen, and we love doing it with you. So make sure you rock with me, Easy Bluegrass, and all my social media, just the N to Z. Also, Magic 101.32 to 7. And please continue to rock with my girl.
And you already know you can definitely catch me on every social media outlet, Bellarae, BELLARAE. And you can definitely catch us on B96 at The Real B965. Thank you.